the biometrics was not done. You can't have so thousands of people merging in a different population, even if they are of the same ethnic stock.
So it is not right at all. And first of all, when we are considering it as a problem of Mizoram, it is not the problem of Mizoram. It is the problem of center also. Center must intervene in this case, and center must make arrangements so that these refugees are not able to disseminate into other parts of Mizoram or other parts of the country. It has to be ensured, even if the biometrics is not done, but the physical dissemination has to be stopped, adequate measures to be kept, the camps to be given the proper boundary, like Bangladesh did for some of the Rohingya people who came. Bangladesh is keeping them in a confined Rohingya camps. So similar kind of camps can be made here also, and we must avoid any more influx of refugees from Myanmar. We must not take this much. Things should be ensured, and for all the border guarding battalions of Assam Rifles, they also should ensure that no more
Mr.
refugees
Bansal,
to be taken.
is
Otherwise,
it
we become a
possible to
national problem.
close the border? It has 510-kilometer long. Is it possible to close the border?
So, Karthikeya, it's not when you see the Mizoram border, although it is 500-kilometer plus, but there are limited number of checkpoints from where people can cross. People cannot cross them all over the 500 kilometers. Even if they cross, they'll be stuck up into the hills. There are thick mountains and thick jungles. So there are limited number of choke points, and where there is already presence of Assam Rifles or border guarding battalions. So they can choke these points and stop the influx into Indian territory.
But that did not happen in Manipur. You know, you have the issue of immigrants there.
No, in Manipur also, a lot of people came in. And Manipur, whatever people came in, whatever data is there, Assam Rifle has got all the record of all the people who came into Manipur. They have already given a statement that how many people came in and how many have gone back. So that is there. And in Manipur also, there are choke points from where people are entering. Manipur also, they cannot enter from entire of the border.
Okay, but Israela, you know, before I close the show, this is a story which we have decided to carry every day, to make now this Mizoram story part of our story every day. Rohingya crisis created ripples in entire South Asia. You know, the reporting from the Cox's Bazar, reporting from the Chittagong, they attracted the global imagination. Do you think that Mizoram is another place that it can become another area of confrontation? Because as Mr. Bansal is saying, that there are 10,000 people who are waiting to cross into India.
See, in confrontation, that I don't know, I can't say, but like as the retired major said, see, we share around 722 kilometers border with Myanmar, and it's a very porous border that you have to understand. No, that is what the mainland has to understand also. See, Assam Rifle is there guarding the IMB, but see, it's a very porous border, so like every day people come and go. So what happened on last Sunday also, around over 5,000 refugees entered to Zolkathar, and but now majority of them have returned back. So it's like it's very fluid, no, the flow of the refugees also. Sometimes they're here, sometimes when peace is when once their town becomes peaceful again, they return. So they come and go, they come and go. That's why the the intervention of the center is very, very important here.
Okay, the intervention of the center is very, very important. Mr. Bansal, before I close down my show, what should center be doing?
See, first of all, I'll tell you, when it comes to Rohingya problem, whatever Rohingya came to India, they came through Bangladesh, because Bangladesh has got a very porous border and easy to crossing places between India and Bangladesh. That is one thing. Now, what center should immediately depute some more forces, more teams to Mizoram, as well as Manipur, and start monitoring the influx of all these people. That is number one. Number two, it should fund and maintain the refugee camps all along the border, not at inside of the areas, not at the areas where the common population is staying, away from the common population, where these people can be kept for limited time being, and also to ensure their deportation back to Myanmar in limited time frame. They should not stay for long. Should not stay for years. So it should ensure a dedicated task force which should do this. Otherwise, we'll face the same problem which we are facing post 1971 war. There's so many numbers of Bangladeshis came to India, and tens of millions of them have not yet gone back.
I think that's very well put. But you know, if I have to give my take is that this is an important issue because you don't choose your neighbors. And when you have a neighborhood which is full of enemies, then there is a problem. We have a northern border where China is contesting our border. There's a western border where we have Pakistan again trying to contest our border. And on the eastern front, where the border is not being contested, but the government itself is not stable, it is fractured, its writ is not turning Raj. So imagine the dangerous neighborhood in which the Indian democracy survives. That is why this Mizoram story is important. Imagine there are parts of the state of Myanmar which are not under control of the Myanmarese army. It's a multi-ethnic nation like India. It has got multiple languages, multiple dialects. It's a beautiful country. I had the opportunity to go to Napithon, Yangon. It's a country within a country within a country, and to see that country getting fractured, obviously it will impact the entire neighborhood.